right, so here we are at the zinnias. What we're doing in the zinnias is we're monitoring for two diseases. One is blight, the other one is sclerotinia, and we're keeping count of that. What I'm going to show you right now is how I scout in general, and then also specifically for these two diseases. So first, there are three elements to scouting any crop and a block of any size. The first is you want to look far. So I am at this moment, I'm looking at just these two rows, and I'm going to look far down these rows and look for anything that is kind of out of uniform, so anything that looks strange, a skip in the crop, so on. And so I'm going to come in, and in looking far, I can see we've got a couple plants that look like not like the others. So you can see this one here, this doesn't look right. We have some, necrosis and wilting. And in the case of the two diseases we're looking for, one is blight and one is sclerotinia, I am going to, if I want to count these, I'm going to look at the base of the plant. If this is sclerotinia, we are going to see some white mold, and we're going to see some maybe little black sclerotia, which look like little tiny raisins, but I don't see that. So in the case of blight, I need to now go a little deeper. So I'm going to pull this plant up, and I'm going to cut the stem in half. So we do that vertically, and what I see are symptoms indicative, or symptomatic rather, of blight. So you can see this inner discoloration here, and so I would count this as blight. Okay. So walking through the rest of the block, now I'm going to show you what it looks like to look near, which is the second element. So the first one is look far, which we did, and we saw this one didn't look good. And so now we're going to look near. And looking near is just what you see as you walk and you look down. So you're not looking really at any specific plants. You're just looking at these plants around you a little bit closer. And I can get a good sense of how these plants are doing just by walking along and looking. Nobody looks wilted. They look green, vigorous flowers. I don't see any other signs of pests, but here's something. Okay, so here's a plant who looks wilted. We have some necrosis, we have some discoloration. Let's do what we did before. Let's look at the base of the plant and see if we have any other symptoms. Okay, so this is a case where we do actually have sclerotinia. So the white mold has dried, but what they have left behind are these little black resting structures. So you can actually see this is a pretty clear one right here. You can see this black growth under the tissue there. So we will count this one as sclerotinia. If I had more question, I could of course break the plant open like that and look inside. You can see the sclerotia growing inside of the plant. So this is a pretty clear sign of sclerotinia. And that right here, when I come in and I look at the base of the plant and I'm doing this close inspection, this is what we call looking close. So, I've seen a plant that looked out of the ordinary, and then I look close to get an idea of what's happening. And that is how you scout zinnias for blight and sclerotinia.